Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. Each and every one of you who follow Neil Sean's channel, which I suppose all of you are because he does have a lot of followers, couldn't have missed the video he made today about the fact that the Duke of Kent is also writing a memoir book. And the question is, who will be more successful? Will it be Harry's memoir or will it be the Duke of Kent's? Now, the Duke of Kent is very famously the one who usually was the patron of the Wimbledon games, and we all remember seeing him giving the winning cup to the winner of the Wimbledon men, and his wife used to give the saucer to the Wimbledon women, the winner of the Wimbledon women. And he probably had a very interesting, full life, and probably a lot more interesting than Harry's. And the question is, which book will be more successful? So what I'm going to do is I am going to do a spread with a significator card and then 3 cards for each book, and we will see each book which will get better cards. So first I'm going to clear the deck, and for the new year I'm using my most loved decks. So this is the Greer deck, which I really love, and I really love the feeling of this deck. So anyway, I'm going to ask the question after I already cleared the deck. So, which book will be more successful? Will it be Harry's or the Duke of Kent's? Which book will be more successful? Will it be Harry's or the Duke of Kent's? So let's see what we get. So the first card is significator card, and we get the 6 of cups, and that's not surprising because both books are books of memoirs that are talking about remembrance of previous things that happened. This is a card of nostalgia. This is a card of going back to your childhood or your past. But this is also a card of giving a second chance and getting out of your comfort zone. So, and this is also a card of rectifying your past errors. Sorry for the distraction. So, as I was saying, this is a card that is very fitting for memoirs, for books that are written about things that happened in the past. But also, this is a card about getting out of your comfort zone and rectifying past errors. So, it is interesting that this is the significator card for both books. So for Harry, we get first the Knight of Pentacles, which is the hesitant knight, the knight that is always looking for confirmation, and because of that he has the tendency to lose opportunities. So it is very fitting for Harry, because he doesn't do anything without getting the confirmation of his wife. So this is not a very promising start for Harry. Second card for Harry is the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is the reporter. He is the one that is very good with words, very good in articulating things. So it looks like the person that will write the book for him will be very good with words, but we need to remember that the reporter is also very good with lying and not being very truthful and saying and being slick-tongued, and is very good in selling himself, but he can also be very he has this tendency to lie. He can be very untruthful. So this is another card that is not too good for Harry. And the last card for Harry is the Fool. Now, the Fool is a card of someone who values his freedom very much. It is also a card of someone who is, once again, I'm talking about an archetype here, is someone that is taking risks without obligation, someone who is very reckless, someone who is very hasty, someone who is very good in beginnings but not very good in taking things all the way through to the ending. So it does, all three cards for Harry are not so good. Now let's see what we get for the Duke of Kent. So the first card is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is the archetype of the Libra, someone who wants everyone to be happy, someone who is the pacifier, the appeaser, someone who is very good in relationships, in partnerships. This is a very good card for someone who wants to succeed in something, because he is trying to make everyone happy. So that's what I see that the Duke of Kent is trying to do. He will be trying to make everyone happy. He won't try to hurt anyone with his book. So this is one card for the King, for the Duke of Kent. The second card is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is a person who is working very hard without caring about the money that he might get from that work. This is the archetype of the apprentice, someone who is more caring about the value of his work, the precision, the way that he's doing his work, how do you say that, quality of his work. He's more thinking about the quality of his work than how much he will get from it. So this is someone who will work very hard even if he doesn't get a lot from it. And this is a very good card for the Duke of Kent, because it doesn't look like he really cares about the money. He cares about the quality of his book. So when you do things like that, when you care about the quality of the things that you do, usually what you get is something very good, and then it will sell anyway. So this is the second card for the Duke of Kent. And the third card for the Duke of Kent is the Magician. I don't think that we could get better cards for the Duke of Kent. The Magician is the creator. He's the one that can create from nothing. He has all the knowledge. He has all of the tools. He has everything in his possession to create from nothing, his ability to initiate things. He has the intuition, he has the knowledge, he is very orderly, he is able to manifest. So all three cards for the Duke of Kent are much better than the ones for Harry. Let's see what the underlying energy says. And the underlying energy is the Empress. So the Empress card is the card that speaks about giving everything that you have. See, this is the card, the mother archetype. This is the card of someone who will give everything that he has. And the one that gives everything that he has, he is the one that will be more successful. So it does look like the Duke of Kent will be more successful than Harry in regarding the which book will sell more, will be more successful. And this is because of the three cards that we get, but also because it looks like the Duke of Kent will be giving everything that he has for this book, and unlike Harry, that will be very hesitant and will look for confirmation all the time, will try to manipulate and be not very truthful with what he says, and altogether act foolishly. That's how I see this. So this is the tarot, and I'm using another wisdom deck as an oracle deck. This is more of an Indian wisdom. It's called the Buddha Wisdom Oracle. And each card is an Indian god and what he says. So let's see what kind of wisdom can we give. First of all, Harry, and then the Duke of Kent. Okay, so wisdom for Harry for his book, wisdom for Harry for writing his book, wisdom for Harry for writing his book. So, first card is for Harry, and we get the brilliant mind of, I cannot pronounce this name, but this is the goddess of long life. The path of the intellect can yield a long life. So this card calls Harry to use his intellect, and if he does that, then his life will be longer. But this can also be meaning something about his possible success, or the life of the book that will be longer. But first of all, he has to use his intellect. So this is the card for Harry. Now let's clear the deck. And let's see what is the card for the Duke of Kent. So the Duke of Kent, wisdom for the Duke of Kent in his book, wisdom for the Duke of Kent and his book. And let's see what we get. And we get here the ecstatic dakini. Okay, what does it say? Lion-headed something. I cannot read this, but it says old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty. So this is a card that is very fitting for the Duke of Kent, because he is someone who has been there, is old, he has more wisdom, he has more more things to say about his life. And this is what this card says. This card says that old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty. So this is the advice that the oracle has to tell the Duke of Kent, to use his experience, his wisdom that comes from his age and his certainty, and to say the truth and everything that he knows to be truth. In opposing to the card for Harry that calls him to use his intellect, and if he doesn't do that, then he won't be successful. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.